no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. And I don't need you to okay it. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. They can't take it to 10.
Hey everybody, it's the coach.
Okay, Coach, they indeed love their football here in upstate New York as you look inside of New Era Field in Orchard Park. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Buffalo Bills. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Caught by Jones. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. On second and 11 now. Allen is complete to Jones. Past the 20. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us for their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up second and goal.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devin Singletary, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Hauschka with the extra point. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
And they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed, and this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. Whatever they said appears to have worked. They'll run on first down. It's McBride. The numbers for him from a week ago. 9 carries, 88 yards, and a touchdown.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space, because the defense will key on them.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
That one goes for 24 yards. So first and 10 now in Buffalo territory, right at the 40. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. On first down, Novak. This will be caught at about the 5. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow, because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass. When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a good decision there. He was looking, and he was looking, but the coverage was excellent. Nice job to get rid of it and try and find something better on 3rd and goal. He didn't let that clock accelerate and force him into an error.
Looking to throw. Novak toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Boy, such a good drive. You'd hate to have it end in 3. Do you think about going for it?
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that they've moved the ball so well should lead you to the decision that maybe we should go for it right here. Also, as a head coach, show some confidence in your team. Let them know you think they can go get it.
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Tevin Coleman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. So they went for it from the 1 on 4th and goal, and they got it done.
Is this the new NFL?
This is the new NFL.
This is the updated NFL, and I like it. I know that quarterbacks across the league have spent the entire offseason and even during the season lobbying their coaches to go for it more on 4th down. Let's go get it, because nowadays you've got to score points to win games in the NFL. You can't just rely on your defense to hold them.
I think the quarterbacks want to eliminate field goals inside of 30 yards probably.
Well, listen, they have enough confidence in themselves that they can call plays and make plays that they won't need those field goals inside the 30.
A run there on first down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now Joe Mixon. He'll have a first down past the 40. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground, as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase him.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go. And he's going to go down again. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Forced out to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 47. Steps away to his left. That's complete to his tight end, Seals-Jones. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's sacked by Tremaine Edmonds. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. 2nd and 9 now. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. To throw, it's Allen. And that will be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. It's taken to the 26. A good return there, 17 yards. The Bengals drive about to get going, and they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running around and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
On first down, McBride. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Off play action. Novak. Dancing to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. Flushed out right. And he finds Seals-Jones complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Ricky Seals-Jones with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a Bengals score. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Got some room at the 30, and all the way up to the 33-yard line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Go! 49, guys. Mike. Hey, Delta. On the
to throw again. Novak. That ball complete to Isabella. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Novak being chased out left. Oh, nearly picked. Almost intercepted, but he couldn't hang on, and it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. Back to throw. Novak. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This quarterback now at 200 yards already in this first half, and he's not done yet. 1st and 10. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. 2nd and 10. And he'll find his tight end, Seals-Jones. That one good for 26 and a first down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
2nd and 1. Eluding the pressure right. to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest, you can draft the most athletic guys, but if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
Alpha.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Flush to his right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. This thrown quickly out to Jones. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground again here. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. So we reach halftime here. We now proceed to the start of the second half. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Go. Motion, motion, motion. Get it.
On 2nd down now, it's McBride, and he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Recon, 132 final.
On 2nd down, it's McBride. And he's got some space here. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And their halftime hold now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen?
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes.
Got him. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fielded at about the 28. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the 3rd quarter. A good pickup there, a 22. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Big Shaq Lawson gets the sack there.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
Escaping the pressure right. Wide open receiver complete. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 13-yard line.
Hey, seam 6. All right.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's complete to the tight end Sample. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. Looking to throw. Novak feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Here's a 2nd and 7. Flushed out right. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him 1, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. Now Allen in trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any under pressure, and they got to him again.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
To try again after the sack. Allen, and the catch good. It's Eifert. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Allen. It's caught. Jones. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the 1st down in the process.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on him. Now just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Bills on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 11. Catch made by Fulgham, and he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bills cut into that lead. So Allen breaks the huddle, and his guys will go for 2 here.
The touchdown was scored by the runner, but the offensive line, they
in trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
But they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Off play action. Novak. They'll roll him out right. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. The Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
I bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call. And they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
They'll keep it on the ground. McBride, and he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And that's caught left side. Seals Jones with it. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. On third down, it's McBride. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be first and goal. From the gun, Novak. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
At their own 7-yard line.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Got his man. It's Eifert. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. The Bills on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Allen. And that is incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Buying time to his left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Novak. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate. These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Brashad Perriman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Yeah, here come the Bills. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Allen now on 1st down. Jones has it. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Allen, and his throw here's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Let's go, heavy. Let's go, heavy.
Throwing on first down is Allen. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Allen hit. He lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. Look at the big man rumble. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says it.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Another try after the first down sack. Allen and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We you know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now, one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Cincinnati, they continue to cruise through this first half of the schedule as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears.